minutes approval. So everyone who read and approved the minutes, please raise your hand. Sorry, we still don't have clickers. There's some serious issues in this room.
So we're here tonight on behalf of the CWRU Committee for Men and Masculinity. This is something that started this year. There's a lot of conversation been going on campus the last few years on gender in general. One thing we realized though is that on a campus that has a lot of men, there's not a lot of conversation about what it means to be a man on campus, and that's important as we explore all aspects of gender. It's important for men and women to all explore their identities.
All those in favor of co-sponsoring this event, raise your hand.
Hi, I'm Seth I'm the president of Alpha Chi Omega.
Hi, I'm Victoria Schlam, and I'm a sister of Alpha Chi Omega, and we're here to talk to you about Domestic Violence Awareness Week. So what is DVA Week? That stands for Domestic Violence Awareness. It's a week that Alpha Chi puts aside to raise awareness across campus and educate students on domestic violence awareness and how students can prevent situations that involve domestic violence.
Okay. All those in favor of this co-sponsorship, please raise your hand. We are now going to move on to Who's Who, but before we do that, I would like everyone to get to know, actually, look, I'm going to explain what's happening. So, except the people who do not have mentees, you guys in the back get to know each other. Everyone else has paired up mentors and mentees today. So, get to know each other. This RHA member is a second-year student who enjoys watching Batman, the animated series, and 22 Jump Street. They root for the Cincinnati Reds, and their favorite dessert is a banana milkshake. Their favorite RHA memory is staying up with their counsel the night before, then called, Cotty, was due. And when asked what their favorite social media site/app was, they responded, "I'm not familiar with such strange new technology." Their least favorite word is meter, or any other British word with unnecessary use in it. With unlimited travel money and resources, they basically live the life of Indiana Jones and consider their spirit animal to be private from the penguins of Madagascar. Emily. This first-year RHA member considers their favorite CWR memory so far to be meeting Officer Mark. They enjoy watching The Office or The Comebacks and consider their spirit animal to be a baby sloth. Aww, that's so cute. They actually like sloths. They root for the New Orleans Pelicans, enjoy using Twitter, and stated that their least favorite word is phlegm. I can't blame them. That was written by Noah. Keep it funny. They would travel to Italy and Germany and enjoy the good food. Maybe they could get an Oreo milkshake there. It's their favorite dessert after all. Kelsey.
Brad.
That approved. Now raise your hand.
Honest. Open street.
Okay. I serve as the Vice President of External Communication, which has a title within the region called National Communications Coordinator. I'm sort of in charge with communicating with the region and the nation and with other schools on a day-to-day or bi-weekly Skype chat basis. So our region is called CAACURH. This is our little logo. We are the Cougars. Yeah. We're the Central Atlantic affiliate of College and University Residence Halls, which is Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, New Jersey, DC, Maryland, Delaware, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. Okay, so CAACURH is run by a regional board. You guys might not know this, but one of our two advisors, Katie Grooms, was on the regional board when she was a student in your case. There's 8 different members, as well as the conference chairs for the 2 different conferences that the region hosts, as well as an advisor. All these students are undergrads or grads at their universities. Okay, so this is a really very pretty sort of map of all of the different regions, the breakdown. My favorite thing that we get to do as a member institution who sort of subscribes to all of this stuff is that we get to go to the regional conference every year. There's a regional conference, and then there's a really small conference called No Frills, which is sort of a joke because we're all business conference. They even have pajama boardroom where it's so late at night you get to wear your footy pajamas. What does this mean? The fact that we get to go to these conferences and spend money and take time to drive there and take a really large chunk of a weekend to go is really important to the growth and development as a student organization and for student leaders. Basically, conferences are a really great chance to interact with at least for me, all the people that I get to hear on Skype every other week, but I don't actually get to see. Here it is. This year's conference is held at CAACURH University of Pennsylvania. It is a very large state school, about an hour from Philadelphia, where I'm from. If you guys really have any questions about it, please come see me. My office hours are Wednesday night, 8 to 9 in Wade, or email me. I'm pretty free this week, set an appointment.
To give a little bit about what NIHH is, so it is the National Residence Hall Honorary. So we are a national organization where we also are represented at the CAACURH and CAACURH levels, like Jen just talked about. Our personal chapter is the Donald J. Kamowski chapter. And we were founded in fall of 1995, so like Katie Grooms, who was one of our advisors, was a member like way back when, and multiple people in this room are also members. Our big 4 pillars are leadership, recognition, service, and scholarship, and those are kind of like what we like to push, and we collaborate a lot with RHA, but we are a separate organization. So an OTM, because that's what I'm going to talk about today. These are of the month awards. They are meant to recognize outstanding efforts of individuals, groups, programs, basically anything you can think of. Basically, why we write OTMs. These are really important, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinion, just because they put a really big focus on recognizing others. Like, technically, under internal development, one of our big focuses is recognition, because a lot of people in this room, in residence life, on this campus, do an amazing job making an impact, whether that's by putting on a program, by just being themselves and talking to people, or by being a part of a group. They make a difference, they make an impact, and they deserve to be recognized for that achievement and be told that, hey, you're doing a great job, and this was really amazing. And we think that more people in this region and in this nation should be like you and should put on these types of programs to benefit other people. Program OTMs, so there are 4 different categories you can look at. There's social, diversity, educational, or service. So like Senior Night was social, but if you put on like an educational program, it goes educational. If you do like a service program like DVA Week, that's obviously service. How do you submit OTMs? So all of you by the end of this year should have an account. All of you by the end of this month should have an account, is my goal. Go to otms.nhh.org. You just literally click on the left-hand side, you don't go to the website. And then you just click like, make an account. It's super simple.
We have a new internal development challenge. Your LD chairs and ID committee members will be leading a discussion on fall retreat feedback, so presidents, make sure you include that in your agenda for this week. Other than that, we talked about setting goals for our personal leadership development, as well as RHA leadership development, and we're working towards those, and starting to prepare our body language presentation.
So we talked about Custodial Appreciation Week. Shout out to all the councils for getting everything together and planned for the week. And then our lunch, of course, is this Friday at 12:30. If you have the opportunity, you can stop by if you want, just to say your thanks in person to the custodial staff. And then we also talked about the food forum, which we had last week, so we did a pro-con suggestion, and started planning the next food forum, which will take place next Wednesday at 7, pending confirmation from Bon Appetit on the south side in Fairview.
PR.
So we actually talked about this big social media push we're doing with all the councils. They're kind of they're just kind of like this kind of competition thing. So we're going to try to increase likes on all our Facebook pages. And then other than that, we talked about how to get things like printing done, and then work on custodial staff appreciation and things.
We basically had a discussion about how to, when you're planning a program, how to make sure how it's catered towards, like cases residents and based on the demographics and other kind of like issues that are involved in that.
Council updates. Ms. Doe.
So we had our first event, and we had a lot of people, like 90 people following. Yeah, people loved it.
What about the open floor? Any announcements? Jen.
I would like to remind you all that you can apply for CAACURH, but also
Weepul of the week. Who has it? Claire.
Okay, we have 2 Weepul of the week this week. One was an internal, which I'll be presenting now, and one was an external.